Hello, this is Azrael. Thank you for tuning into my channel. For those of you who have been faithful watchers of my channel, you guys know I've been involved in a big move and lost my father about a month and a week ago, give or take 2 weeks. He passed away on July 4th. I am back. I'm still in mourning, but I'm back. Time to talk about magic. Okay, me being goofy a little bit just because I'm enjoying my new room, or me and my wife's new room, my wife's magic room, where we perform our rituals, meditation, and videos apparently. Now, the topic of this video quickly is going to diverge. Now, I know those who are watching my necromancy videos are in deep need to see this come to a conclusion. It will happen. I am sorry. Again, a lot's been going on. Okay. However, let's clear up some of the things. Now, first of all, when you're going to be doing something like this, if you have not mastered scrying, you're probably going to need a form of divination. Some of you will probably use a pendulum. However, this video is about the ideomotor effect. Some of you haven't heard what that is, but the ideomotor effect is the technical term for involuntary movement involving involuntary movement. Okay. now, and the L rods for dowsing. Okay, this is my preference when I try to communicate with the dead if I am not getting any luck seeing them in the mirror or in a physical presence. Okay. So first, how do you make these? Well, if you look on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of these people. You're going to see a lot of these people say, well, you can make them out of a coat hanger, which, yeah, you can. However, why don't you just spend a little bit of extra cash, right, and make some real good ones? Because when you use the coat hanger, you're going to have a lot of bends. These bends can have, while you're holding them, they'll have like little wavy lines, and you're going to look cheap. So this is how you make them. Quite simple, okay? Excuse my hair. I've been working on this room and still moving, okay? So I'm like hot and sweaty. So go to your local tool store, Lowe's, Home Depot, something like that. Go to the welding section and you will find these long metal rods. Cost you about $3 or $4. Okay. Cut it with a pair of wire cutters. And how my measurements. Now with the rods I'm going to show you, I measured from my elbow to the tip of my finger. Okay. And because when I cut that, I'm going to bend right about at the wrist, like this, to make the L. Nice and straight. You can later top it with a little bit of copper wire or something like that. Dowsing rods are supposed to be better when they're made out of copper, anyway, or gold. Or so you can adorn the tips with gold or copper to help you if you think you need that. However, so again, roughly from my elbow to, well, it's a little bit longer, but elbow to the wrist, where it bends, you want to hold it like that, okay? You could probably also measure the length of your palms, or so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to do it 4 to 5, because on the 4th or 5th one, you're going to bend it like this, and you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Some people, like me, I believe a little bit of the longer it is, so long as it's not ridiculously long, it's going to help you with the sway. Okay. Now, the fingertips and the palms of your hands are designed for you to grab things so they won't slip. That's why you have fingerprints. That's why you have cracks and crevices and marks to add texture to your hands so it won't slip. This can cause a problem when you're trying to divine. You might be holding it too tight. You might be too palm sweaty or something, and it just goes wee, wee, wee. So, how do you solve this problem? Well, a few aisles over in the plumbing section, you'll find these little tubes for plumbing. They are hollow. Find the right measurement, and they fit in the palm of your hand. Okay? You take your rod and you place it inside the tube, which keeps all your hand motions, texture, from keeping motions from happening. End of story. You do that with two of them. These could cost you about $4 or $5 each, usually. And you have some awesome, smooth running without confusing grip rods. Now for me, they cross when it's a positive and separate when it's a negative. So if I say, am I doing a YouTube channel video? They cross. Am I a teenage Disney channel star? They tend to go, well, no, I'm too fat and old. Right? Now, for those of you who have seen this demonstration, how they close for yes and open for no, this is where the ideomotor effect comes into play. Now, skeptics of anything of this topic will say the ideomotor effect is proof that this is bogus. Ideomotor effect is the subconscious movements that can be so small, your brain moves, you don't have a conscious effort to do it. Okay, so and this is not up for negotiation. Okay, this is 100% fact. The body does this. For people to say, well, I didn't move my hands one bit. Well, it did. It happened. You moved them. You might not have consciously moved them, but it happened. Now, people are already going to say, hold up, Azrael. This isn't true. And people are going to start to, but before you hit that dislike button and disagree with me, understand, let me finish, okay? Scientists have locked people on these motion machines, and yes, it happens. These movements might be so small, you don't see it. Okay. Now, again, skeptics point to this scientific fact of the ideomotor effect as proof that this is bogus, that it is actually you moving them. However, what they do not know is probably something you don't know, and if you do know, just continue to watch because it helps out my channel. It is the ideomotor effect that actually makes communication to the forces that are possible. So yes, it is a thing, and yes, it is the key to why it works. Not because of you trying to say yes or no for yourself. If you believe it is a spirit giving you the information, or if you believe that it is a subconscious knowledge that you're pulling from the universe, or if you believe it is an outside energy that's not conscious or could be conscious, doesn't matter. If you believe something is helping you move these, you're right. You see, your brain is separated into two basic parts. Well, I'll actually say three, but the two basic parts are the conscious and the subconscious. The third part that I argue is the twilight state, the trance, the meditative state, okay, where you are both conscious and subconscious. How the ideomotor effect actually helps you perform divination. It's quite simple. Imagine your brain as a radio station or a TV station. It's locked in onto a certain frequency. That frequency is so powerful because you're conscious. It's you. It's who you are. And it's constantly active. It's constantly feeding you information from, it's daylight. That smell down the hall. Your conscious brain is so filled with activity, it will drown out most, if not all, of the spiritual information you may receive. Okay? You have too much mind. The subconscious mind isn't as active. It's active, but it's more receptive than the conscious mind. The conscious mind is bright and producing information and receiving information. The conscious mind tends to usually receive information. And it is the subconscious mind that operates the ideomotor effect. That's why you breathe. That's why you don't have to remember to take a breath. Okay? So this subtle energy that usually is drowned out by the more powerful frequency, like a radio station drowning out a weaker radio station from a distance, it's able to communicate to your subconscious brain. And your ideomotor effects respond accordingly because you are not directly controlling it. Therefore, it's easier for the spirit or the other influence, whatever you might think it is, God, spirits, or just unconscious energy, to tell your body to move. This is how channeling is done. It's through the subconscious mind, and it manifests through the conscious. That's how automatic writing, that's how Ouija boards work. If you believe in them at all, it's the involuntary responses, letting your subconscious mind take control instead of having to say, well, okay, I should probably cross them or separate them. The subconscious mind does it for you because it is receiving the information that it needs. Hope that covers that. So yes, skeptics say because you have an ideomotor effect, that's why it moves without you consciously doing it. But I'm also telling you that is the very reason why it works. The only difference is how successful you are depends on how well you let go of the question. If you are desperately wanting it to say yes, that can trump your subconscious mind to tell you yes. So you have to let your subconscious mind go. That's where that third state of being that I claim, where you're somewhere in between awake and sleep. You're in a trance state where most spiritual communication happens to begin with. Okay, so there you go. Hope that gives you a quick tell you on how to make these and basically how they work, and a little bit of knowledge on how to refute somebody who claims that's why they would not work. Or anyways, thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for being patient. Thank you, all new subscribers. I have noticed that my subscribers have jumped faster than I've ever. I don't know. I get a subscriber every day now, and I thank you. Now, please click the bell at the bottom of the screen, like and subscribe. And until later, take care.